everybody, so we're back with another pick a card reading. So first of all, if the volume is too low, feel free to use the CC, the closed captions, okay? I have them automatically generated for every single video for those of you guys. I don't like speaking too loudly. So let's get into the pick a card reading. And let's go into the pile selection for your destined future husband. Oh my god, destined future husband. Okay, which has been really highly requested on live stream as well. You guys voted for it to be uploaded first for the day as well, okay? So let's get right into it. I also have a separate portion in each pile to see if you're going to be happy within that relationship or within that marriage, okay? And how that's going to be kind of like feeling for you. So we're going to dive into that separately. I've got like a mini little spread for that, like a little mini 8-card spread for that as well. But let's get into the pile section. For those of you guys who first time on my channel, I always start from this end on, okay? Sometimes if it's more than a couple, then I understand waiting for the pile selection, but usually it's from this pile on, okay? So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I chose mine. Hopefully you chose yours, guys. So let's get right into the pile selection that you chose. Hello, pile number ones. First and foremost, I got like this really deep kind of like, almost like gothic-y kind of energy. Not laughing at you or anything like that. I'm just laughing because I normally don't think of that. But for some reason, I'm getting that you guys are going to have a little bit of like a dark-esque kind of wedding for some of you guys, all right? You may end up having kind of like a little bit of a gothic wedding, but it's going to be really dramatized. If it's not gothic, it's going to be very dramatized, okay? I don't know why I'm getting that really strongly, all right? For some of you guys are wanting to know wedding details, but let's get into your tarot, okay, to see who your future person is, and then we're going to see if you're happy or not, okay? And then we also have some love message cards to get through as well. So let's go through the tarot first. First card that you're receiving is the 8 of Pentacles. You could be meeting this person on a company trip, or this could even be like through your career. Okay, this person's also going to be very wealthy with the 8 of Pentacles. Is somebody who always has like money coming in like all the time. With the 6 of Cups energy coming forth in the reversal, this is also somebody that you refuse to get over. Okay, with the 6 of Cups energy coming forth in the reversal, and also somebody who refused to get over you. This is definitely something that you end up in like a certain cycle with, and it really seems like you're not going to be married to this person, or it really seems like you're not going to be with that person, but things end up kind of working out in your favor. The both of you guys are very much stuck in the past in the connection, okay? With the 6 of Cups energy coming forth in the reversal. Now the next one that you're getting is the 6 of Wands. So the 6 of Wands energy, you're getting double 66 energy. So this is going to be very much you healing your environment within your home life. 6 energy, especially life path energy. When it's not 3s, I don't worry. Like if it's 3s, then I kind of worry, where I'm like, other people are like, don't worry, it's another angel number means this. No, listen, I don't trust it. I'll even stop the reading entirely. But with this one in here, you're getting double 6s. So you're getting 6 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. So there's going to be 2 different areas of your life within this marriage that you're going to cater to and nurture very deeply. So you're going to be nurturing your husband and everything like that, but I don't know why I feel like you're going to have to take care of his family for some reason. I'm getting that energy. So this could even be like a family member that he has that's kind of like sick, or like not really, I don't know, you just end up clicking with this person's family member. It could be like a mother figure, or I know I'm getting aunt energy as well. Somebody that they're very, very close to, who you end up helping a lot, okay? And it's not like even going to be a burden for you. If anything, you're going to be I think you're going to be one of the most heartbroken when this person passes. I don't know why I'm getting that energy as well. With the 6 of Wands energy, though, coming forth, it does mean a victory, though. It means a very public wedding. So both of you guys may end up having a very public relationship or a very public wedding. And you're probably like, duh, we're married. Some people stay married and they don't tell their family, they don't tell their friends. They just stay married together, and like people don't find out that they're married until they come with them to like an important situation, or like it ends up being brought up in conversation, like, oh yeah, we've been married for years. I've had a friend like that, okay? Now the next one that you're getting is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups energy, I literally didn't even know my friend was married, and then she was like, yeah, I'm married. And I was like, what the fuck? For how long? I thought you guys were just dating. She's like, yeah, we're not really public. We don't even wear rings. I was like, what the fuck? So it's like, they exist. Anyway, with the 9 of Cups energy, I don't feel like it's going to be your situation. I feel like it's going to be very public. People are going to know that you guys are married together. And it's going to be a very fulfilling relationship with the 9 of Cups energy. It's almost like everything that you kind of want, this person ends up giving to you. okay, with the Nine of Cups energy coming forth. And other people are gonna be like, oh, you're spoiled, this person only takes care of you. Like, no, I feel like this person and you have like a really good system of things, the way that you work things out. So let's just say they actually do need somebody there to handle like the family life and the home life and stuff like that, to like where you could work if you wanted to, but it's really not a necessity for pile number ones, okay? And I do feel like this person's going to really want you to be there for the things that they can't be there for. So it's almost like both of you guys are going to have this, it's not going to feel like you're being used, or it's not going to feel like this other person's being used. This person's just genuinely going to feel like a provider for you, like that kind of energy, or provider for the family. Like that's how this person genuinely is just going to feel, okay? But let's get into the next one. You have the Three of Swords energy universal. You guys might not like this, but this is definitely somebody that you maybe had like a third party situation with, and this person ends up choosing you over another person, okay? Like really strongly is what I'm feeling, all right? Now, let's get into the clarification. Two of Pentacles, yeah. Some of you guys are going to have two different rings, and this person's going to upgrade it throughout. The marriage is also something that I'm getting, okay, with the Two of Pentacles energy. And you're probably like, duh, some people only get like their engagement ring is their wedding ring, you know, and then there's other people who they have like an engagement ring and then they have a separate wedding ring and then they also have a band. Some people don't even use the band, you know, stuff like that. So for you guys, I feel like you're going to have two different rings, but I also do feel like with the Two of Pentacles, this is also about having two different options, two different people that are going to be offering this to you. Okay, and it's really similar times. It's almost like when your karmic asks you to marry them, that's when your true destined soulmate is going to be asking you to marry them, like shortly after. And it all depends on the decision that you decide, the person that you actually want to be with, okay? Now going underneath the, what is this? Six of Cups energy in the reversal, you have the Judgment card energy in the upright. It's almost like you may end up trying to date other people. You may end up trying to like, you know, break free from that person or whatever, but it ends up that you end up coming right back around to this person. This person also feels like they were divinely led to you, and it's not going to be until after maybe years within this connection for some of you guys. This person could have darker hair, leaner built as well. This person could have started off like really unwealthy, like not wealthy at all. This person earned their wealth is also something that I'm receiving. Yeah, getting darker hair. They have fluid hair though. I don't feel like it's like tight to the skin, because in the picture you see here, and I'm getting pinpointed to two different things. So some of you guys, all right, so I'm getting a darker skinned gentleman who has like, I don't want to say dreads, but it's almost, his hair is actually pretty cool. But for some reason I'm getting that this person definitely has style, always had style, even when they were poor all the way up to rich. This person does weird things with their hair. But with this energy, I do also feel like I'm getting two different energies. I'm getting somebody who's darker skinned, who has like dreads, kind of like for hair, but they're not dreads. I don't know what they're called. But it looks really cool. Anyway, so it looks really cool. So I feel like this person may have like an edgier style, or like very clean cut as well. This person doesn't have any tattoos. I'm also getting that energy. I just heard they're not marked. So yeah, they don't have any tattoos. But underneath the Six of Wands energy coming forth, you have the World card. Okay, and then for the opposite end, I'm getting like this lighter skinned, a little bit like linkier. Might not be super tall, but like they're just linky in a way. I don't know why I'm getting that. You know who has a build like this? My sister has a build like this actually. To where her arms are long and her legs are long, but she's short. And you're probably like, how the fuck does that make sense? But she's short, okay? And she's just long. And for some reason, I'm getting that energy. This person could be a little bit longer. But I do also get this person works a lot and stays up a lot. They have like depth underneath their eyes, okay? This person could be like anemic or something. It doesn't have to be, but a lot of times anemia will show that. But of course, all my readings are for entertainment purposes only. By no means am I granting you medical, legal, or professional advice at any time. Just take a resonance, leave the rest out. This person's also going to be very well traveled, and you're also going to travel a lot with this person, especially with the World card. You guys may end up having an international wedding for some of you guys. This could even be like maybe their family is somewhere else, or like a destination wedding is also something that I'm getting. Both of you guys may end up moving a lot, and it's mainly due to this other person excelling in their career and having to move closer to that location is also something that I'm picking up. This person has an interest in steampunk with the World card energy coming forth. And you're like, what's that? So steampunk energy, damn, sorry guys, accidentally hit the 0.5. See, the steampunk energy is very popular, actually, especially in, what is that, Maine. Maine is very popular with steampunk energy. I've never been there, but my ex-husband used to go there all the time, and he used to tell me about the steampunkers over there. He would visit his like brother and stuff like that. Low key, they didn't really want me to go over there because, you know, I'm black. He would introduce me to his family as Native American, and I was like, dude, I have like literally fucking like out of less than 10% of Native American. What are you talking about right now? But anyway, so he was just really hyper focused on that, and just it made me feel. Anyway, I guess I didn't realize it till just now that it made me feel a certain type of way. But anyway, so underneath the Nine of Cups energy, the Knight of Pentacles. Speaking of Virgo, Virgo season could be up to date. Some of you guys could be marrying a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but heavily on the Virgo energy for some reason. I'm getting that. My ex-husband was a Virgo, so for some reason I'm picking up that, especially with pile number ones. Okay, I only get like immense flashbacks or go on like little tangents if I'm channeling information for you. Okay, so there could be something valuable within that. So underneath the Three of Swords, you have the Four of Swords. Okay. So you have the Four of Swords in reversal. This person, after a long time, finally gives you this, but it's almost like years down the road that you end up with this person, okay? Some people, they get married after 4 years of being together, and they're just like, okay, you know, I think that we're gonna make this work and stuff like that. And other people, okay, like to be engaged for a really long time, okay? Or like to take their time for things. And there's no right or wrong way with that. It's just a matter of preference at that point, okay? Other people may have really strong opinions about that, about their perception of that, but that doesn't make it a genuine reality. Okay, so with the Four of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal, this is also about overthinking. So this person put you through the fucking ringer, okay, emotionally. All right, this person also has, if you're asking about Divine Feminine, this Divine Feminine has very nice legs. Okay, this person could have an inner thigh tattoo for some of you guys, or it could be like a marking or a scar, okay, for some of you guys. This person may also like, for some reason I get that they don't like wearing heels, but they'll wear like boots that have heels, okay, with this kind of like thigh highs or like really intricate shoe wear, but it's still very much like fashionable and stuff like that is also something that I'm getting. Also getting really tight curves right here as well for some of you guys who are inquiring. This person also prayed for an opportunity to marry you as well, like in between a breakup. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's almost like somebody bartering with God. I hate to say it like that, but it's almost like somebody bartering with God, being like, listen, if you give me like 2 years, I don't know why it's not being said to you, but it's said to the divine. It's almost like I need 2 more years, like, and then I'll marry her, or I'll marry him, or like something like that. It's almost like this person has been playing this for a little while. Interesting. This person also spends a lot of time thinking, okay, and the way that they do that is they'll go on like really deep, intricate drives, or they'll go on like really deep like walks or something like that. They like to have like self-isolation mode, and you may even think, oh my God, they're cheating on me. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no fucking way that they just want to go do this by themselves or whatever, and then not message me back or whatever, and then all of a sudden message me back like an hour later, and it's like, you have enough time to do what I think you're doing in that time frame, like that kind of energy, okay? But it's almost like this person's going to invite you to do these things, okay? But you may end up being like, no, not right now, or something like that. But if you want to settle that doubt about that situation, go on this walk with this person, or go on that kind of adventure with that person, or something like that, because you'll end up understanding them on a deeper level, or a different level as well. It's almost like I wouldn't say they become somebody else in nature, not like a fucking werewolf, but it's almost like they kind of like feel like they have less pressure on their shoulders. They have less oppression upon them when they walk through nature, okay, is what I am picking up. All right, this person is actually a pretty good individual. They may have had their like hiccups and stuff like that, but honestly, I'm getting a really genuine energy from this person, and I feel like you would be happy in this. But of course, we'll get into that a little bit more with a separate spread that we have here. Okay, this person constantly is going to get you overthinking, and probably it's because maybe the way that you guys started out was maybe a third-party relationship, or maybe this person had another person or something like that, or maybe they were dating around, or maybe they weren't that serious, or whatever the case may be. because it's a generalized collective reading. It's, you know, it's take what resonates, the rest out. But with this energy, so like a little detailed, intermittent things that you would get in a personal reading aren't going to be included in this, but the general overall collective energy that's being influenced, kind of like a full moon influencing certain people differently. Anyway, so with the Four of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal, okay, this is somebody who hyper-focuses and thinks about you, thinks about their family, thinks about themselves, very last, okay, just to let you know that the very last. So let's just say if they're at a store or whatever, they'll be like, you know what, this person needs this, let me grab this for this person, even though they know damn well they need like twice of that, and they need this, this, and that too. They're gonna put you like first with that. They're gonna put basically everybody that they love, they'll put their heart first, okay, if that makes sense. But let's get into some love message cards, and let's see a little bit more deeply. Oh, damn. I'm trying to keep it organized over here, guys. You're like, organize what? This little section over there. Anyway, so let's get into it a little bit more. Let's see. Dearest you, I can't wait to see you again. You are so different from what I've known before. You really did rock my world. You also keep ever changing. This person, it maybe has been in your life for some time, to like where you've been developing or you've been changing, or there's certain attributes about yourself that have been changing. They don't know which one or which version of you is there, and they're starting to realize that all those versions are you, okay, is also something that I'm picking up. It's so weird. For some reason, I'm seeing this like really clean cut, like hyper-focused corporate person, then all of a sudden this like grungy, kind of like rock and roll kind of vibe. This could be your vibe, to like where you switch up this often. You could have a Scorpio rising. There's a lot of Scorpio risings that end up switching up like that a lot of the time. Okay, they end up, they're never going to stop changing. Okay, Scorpio risings never stop changing. They continuously change. They continuously evolve. They continuously do something different. Right when you think that you know that they're a certain type of way, then all of a sudden, boom, all of a sudden they go from rock and roll, messy hair, all this shit, to like clean cut, fucking no piercings, all their tattoos covered. Like you couldn't even fucking tell. Like that kind of energy. Scorpios are really good about that. Whether you're rising, sun, or moon, okay? But rising in particular, because it's the mask that you wear on the daily basis, right? So the next one that you get is, dearest love, I will propose to you this week. I will finally show you how much you mean to me. You are mine and I am yours forever. Love, your fiance. Some of you guys, if you're already in connection with this person, you've already been kind of dealing with this, and you're like, oh God, how long? How much longer? Lord of mercy. You know, this person has seen me go through so many different things, or knows how I am, or whatever. And it's almost like this person has already been planning this. I'm trying to tell you, this person has already been planning this. For some of you guys, it could be this week. For some of you guys, it's going to be the week where you have this ultimate change or transformation, to like where you were like, what the actual fuck is my life? Like literally, it might not even seem that big of a difference to you, but to other people are gonna be like, this shift is fucking crazy. Like, I don't know, I'm getting that energy, okay? Now the next one that you're getting is, a lot of friends and family also like recognizing that you're changing a lot is also something that I'm getting. So this is telling me a little bit of the process of how you're going to be getting engaged a little bit. It must mean that your person's already thinking about this. So dearest love, I never envisioned myself with someone like you. Honestly, because I didn't even know you even existed. You are a walking dream that I never thought I could dream. Your beauty leaves me in awe. But it's not just your external beauty, it's your internal beauty that you exude that really leaves this person in awe. Because the minute that I read that, I was like, no, this person loves how you are on the inside. They may find somebody who's hotter, whatever, stronger, their legs are more toned, whatever way that you want to degrade yourself, okay? But I do feel, okay, that this person is really going to recognize something very unique within inside of you. That it's almost like they found a rarest jewel or a rare something within inside of you. I'm seeing this person, it's kind of like Iron Man, but I know it's part of some form of video game. And you know, when Iron Man had that peace within inside of himself, and he finally discovered like a new element or whatever, and he's like, whoa, I could live fucking forever, you know, until his body, you know, disintegrates, and you have to find a new form, a new situation. It's just he tapped into spiritual frequency and made it, you know, a little bit more. If you really want to get into it, Iron Man is a really interesting concept. Science and magic go hand in hand, like very strongly. It explains how magic works, honestly. But anyway, so the more that you understand about science, you know what I mean? Like why certain flowers grow in certain areas or why certain plants grow in certain areas, then you get into underlying fundamental energy and how it connects and the auric values of that, colors, everything like that, okay? Anyway, So if you're wondering, like, why does it only grow like pink flowers in only one house or one area? You know what I mean? Self-love, all right? Pink is really, really big on healing. So a lot of people will go to that space to heal or to rejuvenate or to rebuild or to rebalance. Like, pink is really a really strong color, okay? But anyway, so let's get into the next one. This person may also write their own vows, is also something I'm receiving. Dearest love, I don't know this, but it was love at first sight for me. My feelings were so strong it scared me. Making a decision based off fear is what haunts me the most. I should have chosen you. So this goes back into the beginning. So maybe you were with this person from the beginning and maybe they had like a third party situation or something of that nature, or maybe they chose somebody over you because maybe they thought that you were never going to build or excel or anything like that, very superficial, fundamental kind of reasons, okay? But I do feel like you ended up developing or ended up growing, or this person ended up seeing something within you that they're like, no, I'm in like the wrong relationship, or I'm in the wrong situation, or I'm in the wrong, it's almost like this person ended up having this really big internal tower moment. It's almost showing me like the Tower card in the reversal kind of energy, okay, which is internal shifts, things that change on the inside of you. It's kind of like, even though everything's monotonous and stays the same on the outside, let's say if you're working and then all of a sudden you have an aha moment based off of a conversation that you had with somebody and you're like, wait a minute, oh, I never looked at it like that before, and it connects to something else that maybe you got angry about, or maybe you had a disdain for, or something like that, okay? But let's get into actions speak louder, and let's see. Dearest love, we haven't spoken in so long. I am nervous to message you first, but I will overcome this fear. I will reach out first and thought them. I'm also getting that this person did love you right away, okay? And it almost scared them to the point where they were like, wait a minute, usually when I have feelings as strong for somebody, there's something that's gonna fuck up, or there's something that's wrong, or there's something unauthentic about that person, or there's something. It's almost like they were trying to self-sabotage, but they didn't see it as self-sabotage. They saw it as kind of like protection for themselves. So they ended up choosing someone or something that looked secure on the outside or felt secure on the outside, but ended up being very disastrous, is also something that I'm picking up, okay? Dearest love, I am sorry I put you through this. I'm going to leave the third party and get into a real relationship with you. I choose you. I will tell you soon, within 3 days, in thought them. So you guys are working on a little bit of a more rapid timeline, okay? For some of you guys, this is happening a little bit sooner than expected, and it's gonna happen at a whirlwind when you least expect it. I'm getting 3 of Wands energy in my mindset, which gives me a time frame of 3 weeks. So some of you guys must have intently thought time frame, which is interesting. Dearest love, I already have the ring, but I'm a Scorpio rising, so that's very evident, receiving that from afar. Dearest love, I already have the ring. I'm waiting on the perfect moment to ask you in love them. So that goes into confirmation to like what I was picking up earlier, all right? Now the next one that you're receiving is dearest love, I'm going to introduce you to my child soon. I'm nervous because I've created so much consistency and stability in their life. Now, pausing here, if this person doesn't have a child, this goes back into kind of like how they wanted to introduce you to their life, or how they wanted you a part of their world, and they kind of like fell head over heels for you when they met you and they were with you and stuff like that. But there was a part of them that felt like, damn, should I test this out a little bit further? Should I push a little bit further? Should, I try to see if there's anything that would break our bond? Are we always going to have chemistry? Like, this person has all of these immense doubts, okay? But I feel like it just works very well for this person. I don't know. It's their intuitive responses to things. So even though it may seem kind of like odd on the outside, like they push you away, their intuition was screaming out at them. And maybe it was a period of separation and space that you needed to go through. And you may realize that at the end of it all, not during the moment of waiting and stuff like that. Because when you're waiting, room, you're like, oh, fuck, when is the doctor going to come? Like, like it's been fucking an hour. Like if it's an emergency, go to the damn emergency room, you know what I mean? Like that kind of energy, okay? But at the same time, it's almost like once you get to the doctor's office and the doctor's like, I'm so sorry, there was a woman who had a breakdown in room 3 and I had to console her and all this stuff. And you realize, damn, okay, but during that separation, that space, I got to learn about my own emotions, how I react to certain things, what I need to heal, maybe my patience, maybe my understanding, because, things are more complexer than just myself, and the human body is already complex in itself. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm nervous because I've created so much consistency and stability in their life. I do not want to disrupt their peace if you are not serious about us. So it's almost like this person didn't realize if you were serious or not. They didn't know, maybe you recently had gotten out of a breakup or recently got a divorce or something like that, to like where they were like, I don't even know if this person even genuinely even cares about marriage or even understands the value of marriage or whatever. And it was almost like negative, 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 negative. And then they started to get shown the positive in you, get shown the truth in you, is also something that I'm getting. Okay, but let's get into, are you going to be happy or not within this connection? Okay, now these cards are a little bit smaller, and I personally, I'm not a big fan of their descriptions, because it's supposed to be the Pink Learning Tarot, and I got it because it was supposed to be the popular, you know, tarot deck or whatever. But I'm gonna be real with you, I don't like this deck. As far as like the descriptions, it's not. All right, so I'm just giving you a prerequisite of that. Okay, I'm gonna read it so you understand. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, but the first card that you're getting is the Hermit card. This person's going to hyper focus on you a lot, and you are also going to hyper focus on them a lot. You are going to marry your obsession with the Hermit card coming through. Virgo or Libra energy could be significant. This person could also be older than you. You could also be spending a lot of time at home, a lot of time with just family, with just friends, keeping a tight knit of people, but mainly just by yourself, okay? You're not necessarily going to be spending time with a whole bunch of different people, and honestly, it's going to be happy for you, because your main focus is really generally just wanting to build with this person, to build a family with this person. Libra energy could be very dominant, okay? October could be very dominant as well, okay, with justice, all right? But let's get into the next one. This person's definitely older than you. This person's also in fear that you're not going to like them when you get older, which is interesting. It's almost like, let's just say if you're almost like, I don't know, if you're like in your late 20s or maybe in your late 30s, okay, or maybe even in your late 40s, whatever, okay, this person, you're just younger than them. So it's almost like this person's going to think, damn, are they interested in people their age, or are they interested in like me, is also something I'm getting. Of course, all my readings are for 18 plus only, okay? Nothing nasty. But let's get into the next one. You have the Fool card. All right, Aquarius and Aries energy shining very much through. Again, this person, okay, both of you guys are going to be really in solitude, focus a lot on yourselves, be in your own little separate worlds from time to time, but both of you guys will be very balanced. Remember, I brought up in the beginning that both of you guys are going to have a very balanced kind of relationship, and the Justice card is a lot about balance. It's about justice, about righteousness, about equality, okay? If you know anything about like Egyptian mythology, this would be kind of like Anubis's realm a little bit, okay, with the Justice card and the scales, okay, how he weighs the feather versus the heart, okay, for just a little instance. So it's all about equality, okay, and not overpowering your environment with a certain form of energy, right? So like, let's just say the feather would be like purity, holiness, renewal, a new beginning, so many different things. And then you have your heart, which already has an accumulation of energy, things that you've stored and not let go of, things that you've not healed, things that you need to restart over, okay, with, or something like that, okay? And then you would weigh that out, the heart versus the feather. It's very common. Anyway, I don't know why that came in so clearly. I don't know why that came in so clearly. But anyway, some of you guys might be interested in that. Both of you guys may end up spending some time by yourself. Some of you guys might end up moving by the mountains in a place where it snows, okay, for some of you guys, okay? I live in Florida. It doesn't really snow here, okay? It doesn't necessarily snow here. But with the Fool card energy coming forth in the upright position, it's almost like you end up taking these free, willy-nilly adventures with each other. And the both of you guys end up following your intuition together, okay? A lot of adventure is something that's coming forth. The Fool energy is about, hey, let's, you know, I kind of want to, my mom used to wake up like this. You know, my mom used to wake up like this, and she used to just be like, you know what, I want to go to Disney World today. So then all of us would go to Disney World for that day. We wouldn't plan it out. It wouldn't be something like my stepmom. My stepmom fucking plans this whole shit out. My mom is just like, wakes up one morning and she's like, you know what, let's just go to Disney World. Or, you know what, let's just go to the beach today. Let's just go to the beach, guys. And, you know, that's her Sagittarius rising. She has this like ever fulfilling kind of like, I'm sorry, not Sagittarius. She's an Aries rising. So she has this kind of like childlike wonder always about her energy, to like where it doesn't matter how old she gets, she's like, yeah, let's go to the festival. You know what I mean? Let's go to the fall festival. Let's cut out some, like, she's very interested in that, okay? She likes doing things like that. So with the Fool card energy coming forth really full force, this also is a displayment of Aries energy, okay, as well as Aquarian, all right? Some of you guys, whether that's your sign or your partner's sign, Getting heavy on the Libra energy here. You're probably like, that's Virgo, that's Virgo. Yes, dominantly it's Virgo, but actually it ends on a cusp energy. In my previous reads and my other pick card readings, when I utilize my descriptive tarot, you will see that. You will see how, it is in relation to Virgo and Libra cusp. It's way more in depth than these little mini descriptions. Look at this. What would you get from this? Folly. Let's just begin there. Mania, extravagance, intoxication, delirium, frenzy, bewilderment. These are really intense words that are not necessarily the summary of the card. So that's why I'm not even diving into that, guys. I've been reading for years. And mania? Seriously? But anyway, so with the Fool card energy, that's why I'm like, this is not... Anyway. When I can pick up a deck of cards and I know where you made them, and I know how you made them, I rated them 1 star, but I'm using this because it has traditional Rider weight on them for depictions, okay? But let's zoom in just a little bit more. So with the Fool card energy coming forth, this is about you taking these adventures. You might even be well, I don't know why I feel like this is your energy. It could be your energy, it could be your person's energy, just take the energy that resonates. But there's one person out of the relationship who's going to be like, I don't think you should bungee jump, or I don't think you should do this, maybe we should do this instead. And it's still kind of fun, but maybe it's just like a fun restaurant, or like, like Rainforest Cafe or something. And you're just like, okay, no, I want to be in the actual rainforest, and I want to do actually this, and I want to do that, you know what I mean? Like, let's have a picnic in the rainforest, like that kind of vibe. For some reason, I'm getting that. This person's going to be very much in love with that fun energy. And if you know you're the person to be like, no, let's not bungee jump, let's do that, then your person's going to be like, no, we're bungee jumping. We're going on a hot air balloon today. My mom was very much like that, where she was like, no, we're doing this today, we're doing that today. Like, Florida was never boring with her around, okay? So the next one that you're getting is the 5 of Pentacles, okay? The both of you guys may end up going through immense struggles together as well, and maybe there's some like deep health issues. Remember, in sickness and in health, marriage doesn't always mean bliss, okay? But with the 5 of Pentacles energy, this could be the matters of maybe both of you guys may end up losing some things financially, okay? And then I do feel like there's going to be one of you who has a brilliant idea who's going to end up excelling the both of you as well. And remember I told you 3 of Wands was in my mind's eye? Well, here we go. 3 of Wands is right here, okay? And this is a continuation, actually. And it's almost like a short come around, all right, to this. It's almost like you put forth, with the Fool card, this is almost like I invested our entire savings into this business and we're just taking a leap of faith and that's it. And you're like, what the actual fuck did you do? But we're standing by each other's side. We're going to get through this together. Like that kind of energy. And the both of you guys end up having a quick turnaround in less than a month from that large investment. And it ends up being a really, a big turnaround for the both of you guys financially, as well as with your schedule. Like maybe you were used to working all the time. Or maybe this other person was used to working all the time. And this person makes a really strong intuitive decision. And it's going to work out very much in your honor here, okay? Now, with the next card that you are receiving the 2 of Pentacles. And the 2 of Pentacles does suggest that you're going to be kind of like trying to balance out your finances at times and stuff like that. All right. This could also be that you end up having twins, all right, conceiving at the same time. With the 8 of Wands energy, there could also be, through these financial stresses, both of you guys could debate at one point whether you want to get divorced or not. There's going to be a quick turnaround in regards to that too, with the 8 of Wands energy coming forth and the King of Wands. This goes back into the Aries energy that's picking up, okay? It doesn't have to be their sun sign. It doesn't even have to be their moon sign. It could be their rising sign or their Venetian sign. So their Venus sign, okay? So their Venus sign depicts a lot about how they love, how they like to receive love, okay? It's not a total encompass, but that could also be the energy that you receive from this person, okay, dominantly, which is Aries energy. Some of you guys could be getting married in month 3, March, which is the beginning of Aries season as well. And we have 3 indicators of that. We have the 3 of Wands, we also have the King of Wands, and you also have the Fool card. So the male in this is going to be very, very like adventurous, headstrong, and this person has a goal to be very wealthy in life, okay? This person wants multiple cars. This person wants multiple houses. This person wants, I was gonna say multiple families, but it's almost like this person wants a big ass family. This person doesn't want a little family, and they want to be able to provide for a really big family as well. Some of them, they're open to even adopting. This person wants children. This person wants to have life surrounding them at all times. They want to feel like their hard work is building something actually. They don't want to feel like, oh, it's just going into myself that's going to die. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. Versus somebody who's also going to, you know what I mean, pass away, but at a different time, different space, more prolonged time frame, okay? This person is going to feel weird about not having tattoos. You may end up having a lot of tattoos and this person may not, or something of that nature. Because I feel like this person doesn't have tattoos, but they're going to think about getting one for you, or like for your children, or something like that. Like, you know who was like this? My brother was like this when he got married. My brother hates tattoos. My brother hates needles in general, okay? Ever since he went to the doctors, and, well, ever since he went to the dentist. And he hates needles. They had, like, I felt so bad for the kid because he got so much work done on like his teeth and stuff like that growing up, and like literally there wasn't a time where Michael didn't have a cavity, or like ever since he had all those needles in his mouth, he was so meticulous about his teeth care. Like, it was insane. Okay, to like Michael would use like the, you know, those like water floss things. Michael would use that, or like he would use like what's it called? Floss, or all that shit. He would just really spend a lot of time on his teeth because he didn't want to go through that experience again. But he's a Scorpio, so you know, you live and you learn with that. A lot of times Scorpios won't repeat that, okay? Especially if they've learned that situation. But with the King of Wands energy coming forth heavy on the whatever I say goes, and we're gonna have a fun time doing it. And this is heavy on the we'll get there when we get there. Incredibles type of energy. I'm getting that scene in my mind as well. I love that scene because it really does depict a lot of like family stuff. But with the Incredibles and him going down the highway, you know, Mr. Incredible going down the highway with his like family in the RV and stuff like that. For some reason, I'm getting that attitude a little bit. This person may be like, they may think that they're really, really buff or something, but they may not be, okay? But they think that they are. To them, okay, is also something that I'm getting from like Mr. Incredibles. But it's all a part of a charm. It's all a part of why you love this person. It's all a part of like how you like envision your reality with this person as well, okay? But that is what I'm getting for this pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you do want to purchase a reading with me, definitely check out my description box below, or to see my most recent specials and also my BOGO specials, everything like that. Feel free to check it out on my community page. I always have that posted, especially on Wednesdays. I always do specials on Wednesdays. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested in reserving a reading. But let's get into pile number 2. Pile number 2, welcome, welcome. So let's get into your future destined husband here. Highly requested video by you guys. And you guys also voted for it to be the first video uploaded for today, okay? We also have some love messages. And we also have the main tarot to get into some descriptions about everything. And then we also have a side notation about if you're going to be happy within that connection or not, okay? Whew, got weird feelings from this pile. All right, so let's get into it. Ace of Swords energy in reversal. Your person's going to talk to you crazy now. With the Ace of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal, all right? This is going to be kind of like a long-term battle with your person here. Getting heavy on the air sign energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This person's just very sharp with their words and has a tendency to have no filter. This is reminding me of Jack Nicholson, okay? And Jack Nicholson in Something's Gotta Give. I don't know if you guys remember that movie in 1997 where he was a writer, okay? It's actually a really good movie. It's timeless. Like, all of Jack Nicholson's movies are honestly timeless. And it's hilarious. The movie's fucking hilarious. Sad, too. It's definitely, I wouldn't call it a chick flick. I would just call it a life flick to that one. But with Something's Gotta Give, he had OCD, okay? And he stayed in his apartment all the time working, and he didn't like dogs at all, okay? But that's not really evident here, but he didn't like dogs at all, okay? But he ends up falling in love with this little dog. He ends up being obsessed with this little dog. He ends up being like, this dog ends up becoming like his best friend, okay? When he ends up having to like watch his neighbor's dog that he ended up accidentally, quote unquote, throwing down the trash chute. It's actually a very interesting movie, okay? At first, obviously you're gonna get defensive, actually, like, what the fuck, this animal, this life, like, come on, dude, like, he doesn't have a voice, really, you know, that we can understand. you know, in our frequency of things. But with this, okay, this is almost like somebody who you may be like, this person is going to be an asshole, okay? May say things that are like really out of pocket, like things that are just like really detrimental to your emotional and mental well-being at times, okay? But you're going to fall in love with this person because you're going to see different things about this person, okay? Let me pause here to see if I can get a clip. Okay, so I found a scene where he was actually going to like dinner with this girl that he ended up meeting, being a little bit obsessed with, okay? And he's really nervous because he has OCD, and he also, like, severe OCD, and he also has like some mental health issues and things of that nature. He honestly doesn't really feel like he's lovable, okay? But this is a scene, and it's actually called As Good As It Gets, Not Something's Gotta Give. That's a different movie that he does with Diane Lane, and she's also a writer in there, so that's why I always get confused with the both of them. Anyway, so, but let's get into this reading here, not this video.
Excuse me. She's here. We saved the table for you.
Oh, thanks.
Should I get her for you?
That's all right. I'll just watch. Yeah. What do you say?
Oh, this is plenty. No thanks.
It's such a great movie, guys. I should fast forward it, but
She looks so sad. You look, great. You look great.
guys, everything starts out great, but until
You wanna dance?
Wait for it.
Well, I've been thinking about that since you brought it up before.
And?
No. I don't get this place. They make me buy a new outfit. They let you in a house dress. I don't get it. What? Wait, no, wait, why? Where are you going? No, why? I mean, no, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, you gotta sit down. You can still give me the dirty look. Just sit down and give it to me.
Pay me a compliment, Melvin. I need one. Quick. You have no idea how much what you just said hurt my feelings.
The minute someone gets that they need you, they threaten to walk out.
A compliment is something nice about somebody else.
This is a request from June and
Now or never.
Okay.
happy anniversary.
This is Jack Nicholson. He's funny, man.
And mean it.
This is so great, guys. Wait for it. Remember, he's a writer. He's a thinker.
Can we order first?
Okay.
Two hard shell crab dinners, pitcher ice cold beer,
Oh my god.
baked or fries.
Fries.
One baked, one fried.
I'll tell your waiter.
Waiter. Okay. Now, I got a real great compliment for you, and it's true.
I'm so afraid you're about to say something awful.
Don't be pessimistic. It's not your style. Okay. Here I go. Clearly a mistake. I've got this, ailment? My doctor, a shrink that I used to go to all the time, he says that in 50 or 60% of the cases, a pill really helps. I hate pills. Very dangerous thing, pills. Hate. I'm using the word hate here. About pills. Hate. My compliment is, that night when you came over and told me that you would never... all right, well, you were there. You know what you said. Well, my compliment to you is, the next morning, I started taking the pills.
I don't quite get how that's a compliment for me.
You make me want to be a better man.
That's maybe the best compliment of my life.
Well, maybe I overshot a little because I was aiming at just enough to keep you from walking out.
So back to what I was saying. So I feel like that's a really good movie, guys. I could watch that over and over and over and over again. But with the Seven of Cups energy coming forth in the upright position, this is somebody who you really don't even know how you even feel about this person, okay? And this is also going to be somebody who says things that is really out of pocket to where you don't even really know what they actually meant by that. Like he said, I stopped taking my pills. She was like, okay. I started taking, okay, you okay. And it wasn't until he went in depth a little bit about it of like, you know what? You actually make me want to become better. Like, like a better man. All right. Now with the Two of Swords energy coming forth in the reversal, all right, I do feel like this person has a little bit of duality, maybe have some mental issues, okay, at times. To like where this person may just be used to a certain way of living or a certain way of doing things or whatever, but it's almost like you get them on a different level, okay? You understand, you actually see the good with inside of them. You give them a chance to kind of like be better is also something that's coming forth, okay? This person could also be very intelligent, really has a way with words, stuff like that. This person could also be very toxic at times, okay? This person and you are also going to have an immense sex life, and this could also be a karmic situation, all right? To like where you guys end up going through some really deep things. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I needed to pause there for a second. I started to get like randomly like really hot. Usually I'm very cold. Like now I'm freezing. It's ridiculous. But let's go into the next one. You have with the Knight of Swords energy coming forth in the upright position. This is somebody who's always going to tell you the truth about things, even if it hurts you. This is also somebody who's going to be very transparent and let you know like the real deal of this. This person could also very well like dress nice or like to dress nice. This person likes wearing all black most of the time. Okay, with the Knight of Swords energy coming forth. I'm also getting darker hairstyles on this one, okay, for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine for this. Darker hairstyles, darker color hairstyles is also something I'm picking up. Now, the next night you're receiving with the Ace of Swords energy in the reverse was the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. This person's going to say and do things the complete opposite way of genuinely getting married or genuinely getting together in a relationship. And honestly, that movie just keeps showing up in my mind. This person could be a little bit older than you or a lot older than you because, if you notice in there, it was a pretty big, decent age gap, okay? Now, underneath the Seven of Cups energy, you have the Two of Wands. Now with the Two of Wands energy coming forth underneath the Seven of Cups energy, you're not going to even realize that this person has been visualizing you since like being more with you since like you guys had like a really major argument or a really major blowout or something like that. Maybe you thought this person just stopped having like feelings for you or something, but that's like very much not the case for pile number 2. Now underneath the Ace of Swords coming up in the reversal, you have the Tower card, and the Tower card comes in the reversal. You actually may end up making this person want to be a better person. With the Tower card energy coming up in the reversal, this is about an internal shift, an internal change that this person ends up going through after experiencing a really big gap in their life, trying to decide what they really wanted, who they really wanted to be, what they wanted to really invest in, things of that nature. You guys may end up not having kids for pile number 2. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. I normally don't, but for some reason I feel like you guys may not have, like, it might not be new kids. You guys may have like already children or something of that nature, okay? I just don't feel like you're gonna have a new child with this person. Underneath this card, you have the Empress card, which is really interesting. So this person may have a little bit of a dark side to them, okay, or a very big dark side to them. All right, but you are going to match their dark as well as their light side, okay, and take that energy how it resonates. But underneath the Knight of Swords energy, you have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So this person will also explain things, even over explain things if they have to, whenever they do say something that's like off-putting or something of that nature. They will try to make the situation better. This person definitely doesn't really care about being majorly successful, like in career and stuff like that. They just want to be happy, like honest. They want to be happy and they want to be successful at whatever they do. It's not necessarily like this person could be like in car sales or something like that, okay? I don't know, I'm getting sales energy. So this person could be in sales of some sort, okay? And it could even be car sales. And I feel really strongly, like, I'm even putting my hair up throughout this read, shifting things around. This person may be finicky or has like a little bit of like ADHD or some shit like that. I am also, but of course, all of my readings are for entertainment purposes only. By no means am I granting medical, legal, or professional advice at any time. Take it resonates, leave the rest out. This person is going to be your anchor whenever you're depressed or in pity city or you're crying over something, even though they were the person who put you into that position, okay? Is also something that I'm receiving. This person's also going to really value and trap you in this marriage, okay? The Empress card is a mother as well as a wife energy, and she's coming up right underneath this card. This signifies an entrapment, okay? Capricorn energy could also be significant, especially with the Knight of Swords, and that you could also be meeting this person in your Capricorn season towards the end of December leading into January, okay? Could also be for some of you guys. But I also do feel like, or this person could be a Capricorn, okay? I'm just getting a lot of Capricorn energy. Some Gemini frequency with the Tower card, not too much. The Empress energy, Libra, Taurus, Leo, okay? Could be other signs as well, but for some reason I'm receiving, and that could also be the time frame of when you get married as well. Taurus, Libra, or Leo season as well, okay? But I feel really strongly, okay, this person's going to want to keep you locked in with the marriage. Like this, I'm serious about that. I'm not getting the best feeling about this marriage. But let's get into actions speak louder, okay? But I do feel like this person's going to have darker hair, may have facial hair, okay? This person's very, very, very clean cut is also something that I'm getting, okay, with pile number 2. But let's get into the notations to see what's coming up for you. Moments. All right, I'm gonna organize these cards. Okay, so let's get into it a bit more. Let's see. Yeah, definitely watch that movie As Good As It Gets if you guys are interested in that. All right, so getting into the next one, you have, Dearest you, I wish you would let me be there for you. I wish you'd let me love you the way I want to. Let me help you figure things out and thought them. So this person's going to bully you into submission a little bit. Maybe you're going to be like, no, I can do this on my own, whatever. And I feel like really where your arguments start, or where this person says things out of like out of pocket, is when you refuse their help on something, or you refuse like something major that they really know could be so simple, and they kind of get, they have a short fuse a little bit. Dearest you, it's time I break the ice. It's time you know how I feel, even if it's just a little bit. I will give you my number soon in thought them. Okay, is also something that's coming forth, all right? Especially if you're almost married, you probably already have their number. But in this case, I do feel like this person's going to break the ice, break the tension between the both of you guys by overly explaining, overly apologizing, things like that. And the way that they explain things is almost going to seem like it's not really an apology. It's just like an explanation of things that happened in their perspective. And it's almost like that, okay? Dearest you, I'll be late, but I will follow through. I may miss moments, but never a day from you, and thought them. So this could also be somebody who, like, my dad used to be like this. Like, let's just say you're like, oh, my kid has a play. They'll show up to the play, but they're gonna be like final act, okay, of the play. Or like, oh, you know, Alyssa has her volleyball game or whatever. They'll show up, but they'll show up like maybe like towards the end, or like maybe like in the middle of the game, to like where they missed the beginning, or like little moments like that. Or they may miss like when you do the birthday cake, but they won't miss the day. They'll still show up that night. They'll still try to make up for it in some way. You know, Eddie Murphy in Haunted Mansion, he was like this. He was always putting like his real estate career and stuff like that, like over his family, and like even his own anniversary in order to close the deal, right? So that could also be significant here for pile number 2s. All right. And you're like, really? He did that? When you watch the movies you used to watch younger that you like idolize, and then you watch them older, you start kind of viewing things differently. You're like, damn, that's verbal abuse. That's fucking mental abuse. That's fucking emotional abuse. What is this? Why are kids watching this? Like that kind of energy. Like Twitches too. Why the hell did she find her sister's ex-boyfriend attractive? Why was that even the minute that she found out? She should have been like, oh. I would have been disgusted, especially if I was her twin. I would have been disgusted. I would have been like, oh, that's disgusting. You know what I mean? Especially if it's your twin and your ex-boyfriend is going towards this other person who looks just like you but acts different than you, and this person's supposed to have a blood pact with you, and she's betraying you and shit, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? You're supposed to be my sister. You're supposed to be my brother. You're supposed to be what are you doing? For some reason, I'm getting that energy, okay? Some of you guys may end up with the situation like that as well, okay? I don't know, I've got Twitches as well. Twitches 2 in particular, you'll know what I'm talking about when she goes on campus and she meets that guy who should have been Corbin Blue. If you know, you know. So the next one you have is, Dearest love, I tried not to start a war. Your family is too much to handle at times. That doesn't mean I do not want to be with you. I'm going to talk with them. The disrespect is uncalled for. In thought them. This person's a really big communicator. This person will also not stand. You might also be very private with this person, okay? But your family is going to be kind of nosy and may want to get into your world a little bit too much. And your person is not going to like that. This reminds me of Kevin Jonas and his wife that he's with. Of course, he loves her and everything like that. But Kevin Jonas doesn't like that his wife's husband shows up. I'm not wife's husband, wife's, shit. God bless Kevin. His wife's father keeps showing up all the time, just like randomly. Like he'll just be walking around the house and he's just like, whoa, you're here. Or he'll just be like, you know, looking at his security cameras and all of a sudden he'll see like his father-in-law like gardening in the back. Like, yeah, you know, things like that, okay? For some reason I'm getting that like almost like invasion of kind of like privacy a little bit between the both of you guys, but they don't see it that way. Because, you know, there's people, like my dad's really big on this, so see like there's no boundaries in family. There is boundaries in family, okay? There's very boundaries, especially when that child becomes an adult. You know what I mean? There becomes boundaries. You know, do you not decay and dissipate into the oblivion after a certain amount of time, and your child is going to have privacy. Even the spirits have laws. You know, like things like that, okay? But getting into it even more so, we have, I'm very dark, guys, so sometimes I'll say things that are kind of like dark humor or stuff like that. It's just, I wouldn't say dark, it's just like kind of, I don't know. I'm a Scorpio rising, guys. If you know, you know. Dearest love, I'm not in the mood to argue today. Let's just meet up and forget about it, is also something that's coming forth. This person's also going to be big on, like, if I don't want to talk about it, we're not talking about it. But the minute they want to talk about it, best believe you better be ready to talk about it, or they're going to press you until the oblivion. But when they don't want to talk about it, okay, I'll leave, I'll get up, I'll bye. And then all of a sudden when they want to talk about it, it's like, okay, so I guess it's when you want to talk or when you want answers, you know, things like that. It might not be equal between the both of you guys in this relationship, okay? But let's get into it a little bit more. You have, dearest dear, I am angry at you. I wish you just stopped writing / talking and just read / listened to what I said / wrote. This person could be your karmic, okay? That you end up marrying. You both have to face like a lot of like karmic situations, okay? To what I said / wrote, you'd understand some things are just not only about you. It's also something that's coming forth. So this person is only gonna, let's just say if you're like, damn, like, you know, this is the second freaking play that you've missed. She thinks that you don't support her. I don't want her to think that you're not there for her or him or whatever. And you end up kind of having that, and this person ends up being like, well, it's either that or the fucking mortgage doesn't get paid. Like, which one do you want? Like, and they'll end up saying it like that instead of with kindness and sincerity and things of that nature. But I feel like you're used to it because maybe this person's always kind of done that since the beginning of the relationship, okay? Especially with this other card that came out with getting back together. So both of you guys may end up separate and then getting back together a couple of different times for pile number 2. All right, even before you even get married and during your marriage as well. For some reason, I'm getting the spirit guides from Twitches 2. It's going to be similar to how your relationship is going to be like, or not Twitches 2, Twitches 1, because Twitches 2, I don't know what the fuck they did there with replacing the funny girl, the funny spirit guide who was like, honestly had main character energy. She should have stayed. But anyway, I don't know what happened there, but honestly. And they replaced her with some... We had Giselle, and you know, Giselle from Victoria's Secret versus fucking Haley Baldwin. That's what we had, okay? And they are similar. If you look at both of them, they're very similar. They have very similar spirits. I'm sorry. Every time I see both of them, I feel like they're twins. But anyway, so, dearest you ghosted me. I can't believe you stopped talking to me. I need you to respond back. Hello, hello. So again, it's almost like the minute that you're like, you know what, I need space from you. Like, I need to stop talking to you. That's when this person presses you the most because now they're ready to talk. Now they're ready to kind of like want to work things out. But when you were like in the moment and like trying to talk about it, they wanted to step away and like stop talking about it or whatever. And now they want to bring the conversation back up when you're kind of finally over it and just kind of like left it alone. It's also something that I'm getting for this pile, okay? Yeah, I feel like you may end up ghosting this person from time to time because of how they speak to you, where you're just like, no, this is not, no, you cannot talk to me like this, stuff like that. It's going to be a really big karmic battle. It may have been things that you've been dealing with generationally for some time, is also something I'm picking up, okay? But let's get into if you're going to be happy or not. So just, you know, put my opinion to the side or whatever, throw it out. And let's get into if you're going to be happy or not. So the first card coming out is the Hangman energy coming up in the reversal. All right, we got Sagittarius as well as Pisces energy, and in conjunction it creates Libra frequency, okay? With the Hangman energy coming forth in the reversal, it's almost like this person waits for divine timing, waits for like the moment to actually finally speak. This could also be your energy to like where you hold back information and wait for the perfect moment to bring it up. So this is almost like, oh, okay, so like how you did this, and this the other day. And this person might not even acknowledge it, okay? All right, it is also something that I'm getting to like where they'll just bypass it. But when it's you, you can't bypass it. You cannot deflect. You cannot do it. But they can deflect all fucking day. Okay, you're also getting the Ace of Swords again in reversal. Okay, and I don't like these descriptions on these cards, but let's just, let me show you why. Ace of Swords, of force, a card of great force, in love as well as in hatred. It's interesting. The same meanings, but the results are disastrous. Another account says conception, childbirth, augmentation, multiplicity. Yeah, no, I'm going to read it to you, okay? With it coming up in reverse, this person's going to talk to you crazy. This person could also be a detriment to the relationship or connection that you share that could lead to a potential separation or divorce between the both of you guys, with the Four of Wands energy coming up in the reversal, okay? Now you're also getting the Judgment card energy coming up in the reversal, and when you guys end up, it could even be like when you're finally through the paperwork and you show up at the court, because the court will ask you again, especially if you're in Florida, the court will ask you again, like, are you guys really wanting to get married? I mean, divorced. And you usually get divorced with like other people in the room, you know what I mean? And you'll see them have like their breakdowns and then collide with each other, and then you'll see the people who are like, I don't want to fucking even look at this person anymore, like, get me out of this. Like, you'll see all of that, okay? You might be one of those couples who are like crying into each other's arms and being like, no, let's not get divorced, let's work through this, let's just try to work it out, things of that nature, okay? Now the next one that you're getting is the Queen of Swords, but she's coming up in the upright. So you end up giving it right back to this person, but you give it back to this person in a way that makes sense and is not detrimental to their mental health. You give them teaching moments, and they're really direct, they're really strong, and they're very cold, to the point where this person thinks that you might not even love them anymore because of how cold you become, okay, with these words. Now the next one that you have, and that's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. As I say that, King of Swords energy coming up in the upright position, okay. Oh, damn, sword and sword. Okay, that explains the Two of Swords. Okay, so in the previous, spread that we had out here for you. But with the King of Swords energy, this is about swords on swords clashing. You get this person into full balance, okay, after you check them, okay? You check them in a way that maybe not even their mother could, okay, is also something that I'm getting, all right? And this person will be just as cold towards you, but for some reason, it's making me think of my abuelo. My abuelo was like this. He, oh my God. He was obsessed with my grandma, okay? Like, he was obsessed with her. It doesn't matter how old my grandma got. It didn't matter, like, what she wore, what was going on. He just always wanted to give her kisses, always wanted to give her hugs, always wanted to help her out with stuff, always wanted to be there for her. Like, I'm not even kidding, okay? And every time my grandma would be the cold one. She would be the one to be like, no, because she's Spanish, right? She's like 4'11" with a hunchback, and she got glasses, and she's fucking hilarious, and she tan like me. She's Puerto Rican, so she's fucking hilarious, okay? My grandma, she's got big old beautiful eyes. She's very pretty. But anyway, so it doesn't matter how old she gets. So she's like, even with her hunchback, everything, she's just very beautiful. So she I'm just gonna give you the pretense that my grandma's Spanish. And she would be like, Johnny, I know, not right now, not right now. Like, it's that kind of energy. And he would be like, Mama, like, don't talk to me like that, Elena, like that kind of energy, okay? So, when he really wanted to get into a good graces, Aurea, like, that's her name. Her name is Aurea, so her name means aura, in Spanish. So, anyway, so the next card that you have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles energy in the upright, despite what you guys say to each other or what you guys do to each other, this craziness is going to work for you. This person is going to make sure that you realize there is no going back from this, okay? This person's going to be like, no, we're married. Like, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. We've already been through this exact same situation. And this year, at this month, like, this person's gonna have details like that. Like, I don't know, I'm just getting that kind of energy to where this person's gonna have this relentless energy, and it's making me laugh because I get it, okay? I get it. Like, the craziness a little bit to, like, where you're like, okay, you're not getting divorced from me? And even then, you could be like, oh, well, the court's gonna divorce you, whatever. But even in that moment, this person's gonna still fight so hard and be like, I don't even feel like it's even gonna get to the court system. That's how much I feel like. It's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm at the courthouse. Yeah, just let you know, there's gonna be a new transactional charge. And he's gonna be like, are you kidding me? No, this is not happening. I'm locking the card right now. And it doesn't even go into his court system. That kind of energy to, like, where, and then all of a sudden you guys end up at a very balanced state in the future with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. It takes a long time for you guys to have your growing pains with each other, but it's almost like you guys are, like, fucking addicted to each other in a way where you're like, you don't care what argument comes up, what this person does, you're gonna work it out, okay? You're like their permanent ass whooping, but in a emotional and kind of like mental and spiritual way, not in a physical way. I don't feel like there's any physical abuse or anything like that going on. Of course, all my readings are for entertainment purposes only. By no means am I granting medical, legal, or professional advice at any time. Take a resonates, leave the rest out, okay? Definitely heavy on the Capricorn energy, or when you're going to get married near Capricorn season, or possibly engaged in Capricorn season. Capricorn energy is pretty strong, but it's just heavy on the air sign energy just in general, especially with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. You guys are literally a match made in heaven, as well as in hell. Okay, for both of you guys. All right, so both of you guys are like, it's, as I say that, look what pops up. Ask Gemini. Dude. You guys could be dating a Gemini, or you could be dealing with two air signs together create Gemini frequency. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's a Libra and Aquarius, or an Aquarius and Aquarius, or a Gemini and Aquarius. Well, Gemini and Aquarius for me is like will make a Libra, but anyway, but most of the time, It's Gemini frequency that's created through air sign energy, okay, at its heightened state, at its most peak value, okay? And then comes the earth sign energies, usually, okay? But you guys may end up not having kids, and it's going to be not even like you're barren or something. I don't even feel like it's like that. I just feel like you guys genuinely just don't see that happening for you guys, or you guys just don't want that to happen, or it's like a mutual agreement that you have with this person, or this person already has kids, or this person's like, you know, I don't really want kids, or you guys just have like a really deep conversation about it and just see it as this relentless cycle of insanity. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. You're probably like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, you become fruitful, and then the next generation comes again and again and again and again. And yeah, some things change and some things change, but the end result is death. So it doesn't necessarily change. You know, like that kind of energy. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's almost like you're going to have a really strong conversation with the person. If you do end up having a child, it's going to only be one. And I do feel like it's going to be a son, okay, who's going to be almost identical to their father, is also something that I'm picking up, which is really heavy for Aquarius, is to be like that. Usually their firstborn, it tends to pull a lot of their genetics and things of that nature, okay? Their genuine firstborn. So even if you have a child out of wedlock, that child out of wedlock is going to be more strongly, like more dominant with your genes than the one within wedlock. Anyway, just pulling a little bit of that, okay? But that is what I'm receiving for you guys. I also feel like both of you guys are going to be pretty stable financially and work hard. This could even be like at-home positions is also something that I'm picking up for this pile, okay? But that's what I'm receiving for you guys. If you guys do want to purchase a reading with me, definitely check out my description box below. And if you want to check out any of my specials that I've got going on, definitely check out my community page on my channel, on my YouTube channel. So just click my YouTube profile picture and it'll take you right to my channel, and then go to community page and it'll show you all my updates, my most recent specials, things of that nature. I post about that frequently, and every Wednesday I always have some form of special going on, so definitely reach out to me to take advantage of those specials during that time frame. But with that being said, guys, I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day or night, and until next time, bye for now. All right, pile number 3s, welcome, welcome. So let's get right into your reading here. So we have some notations for how are you going to feel in the relationship, in the connection, how it's going to really play out. Like, are you going to be in a happy marriage, what it's going to feel like, kind of like that. And we'll put that over to the side. I got a small spread for that one, only an 8-card spread for that one. And then we have a full 10-card layout here, okay, in regards to how you are going to be, you know, who your destined future husband is. And then we also have some love message notations to get through as well. So let's get into it. First main card is the Queen of Swords. Okay, this could be in connection with pile number 2. It doesn't have to be, or this could be like a second marriage of yours or something else of that nature, or you could have 2 destined life partners, okay, for some of you guys, okay? It doesn't have to be, but I'm getting a lot of Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Some of you guys could also be same-sex relationships or same-sex marriages is also something that's coming forth for some people. Now, the next one that you're getting is the Queen, as I say that, as I fucking say that, Queen of Cups energy is coming up right next to you. So it's not necessarily going to be your future husband for some of you guys, but it's definitely going to be a future spouse of yours. Very, very beautiful. Lighter hair is also something that I'm getting. So this could be somebody who has Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini in their chart. All right. Heavy on like the Piscean cusp, because the cusp energies between that for Aquarius is also cusp energy, which is Queen of Cups, which is water sign. So it's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, okay? This person could have that encompassed. And that usually relates to like a lot of beautiful and intelligent energy, okay? And also highly intuitive energy, and somebody who naturally channels out energy as well. This person also really likes to dress up themselves, okay? This person could have really nice hips as well, so that's what I'm receiving. You guys don't want to pick a different pile if you're not in a same-sex marriage, okay? I am going to try to read for straight couples as well with this read, okay? But with the 7 of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright position, I am picking up that this relationship is going to take some time to build, okay? And you might not even know this person yet with the 7 of Pentacles energy coming forth. And the 6 of Pentacles, this might start off like as a friends with benefits situation with the 6 of Pentacles energy. That's going to eventually grow into something major and something more. You could also, yeah, this is definitely a same-sex relationship, or this could be a male inquiring about their future spouse within this connection, okay, with the pile number 3. But with the Queen of Pentacles energy coming forth, that is Taurus, Virgo, and Gemini. I'm not Gemini, sorry. It's Gemini popped up, guys. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, okay? Could be coming forth. I do feel like there's going to be somebody who's going to be very much of a breadwinner. Could also be like an owner of their own business or something of that nature, with the Queen of Pentacles energy coming forth. This is somebody who makes a lot of money or is going to be making a lot of money. Five of Wands energy in the reversal. Heavy competition in regards to obtaining this person as well. And this person's always going to have a resolution or a solution to an argument that you have with each other. Both of you guys are going to be very good mediators of that. I was waiting. So we're also getting the King of Pentacles, but we're getting the King of Pentacles in reversal underneath the Queen of Cups, which is interesting. So we've got Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. All right. I was wondering when the straight couples were going to come in. So there could be somebody who's a divine masculine, but could be somebody who's a bit more on the feminine side or a bit more sensitive, okay? To where you're going to have to watch your words with certain things that you say or stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a woman, okay? But it does mean that the energy that they carry is a little bit more stronger to divine feminine than divine masculine, okay? Now, underneath the Seven of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. Now, with the King of Wands energy coming forth right underneath the Seven of Pentacles, this is somebody who's going to take a lot of action, all right? I'm going to explain to you guys how this works a little bit, all right? So, yes, we come in human form. This is something that's already coming out, that's been in knowledge for the tarot industry for fucking ever, okay? But your energetic frequency, we have two guides, divine feminine, divine masculine, and you may lean more towards another one. You can find a lot about this throughout your zodiac sign chart, okay? You're probably like, how so? How do you do that? So I would pull up my astro chart right now, my natal chart, but at the bottom, you can go to Astro Cafe, I think that's what it's called, or Cafe Astrology, and go to your natal chart and go to the bottom. It's free. And go to the bottom and it'll show you how much of your energy is divine feminine and divine masculine. So I have 8 out of 12 that are divine masculine, okay? So underneath the 6 of, so I, like even growing up, like was surrounded by all my cousins who were boys, or like things like that, okay? So underneath the 6, it doesn't mean that I'm a guy. It doesn't mean that. It just means that my energy kind of works as kind of like a guy works sometimes. Just sometimes, okay? So underneath the 6 of Pentacles, it doesn't mean that I'm a guy, though. I'm genetically a female. I don't know how to explain it even deeper, but we're starting to become more open about that now. But it's everybody in their chart. So if they have more divine feminine energy within their chart, they're going to display that more often, okay? And you find that through your natal chart. It's very simple. So all this stuff that people are like, oh, they're confused and shit like that, I'm like, actually, we're just tapping into a different frequency, and people are finally coming out about it, but they're labeling it as something completely different than what it actually is. But underneath the 6 of Pentacles energy, the 10 of Wands, okay? But that's, you know, life on Earth is a state of confusion. So we don't remember where we came from. We wake up as babies and we're like, we don't remember where we came from and shit. We got to have somebody else brainwash us and train us to be a certain type of way. Parents who are already programmed by a certain different system. You know what I mean? It's a whole fucking lie. So underneath the Queen of Pentacles energy, you have the Sun card. This person's going to bring you a lot of happiness, especially this wife is going to bring you a lot of happiness. The both of you guys are going to go through really hard times together and like go through it with freaking ease. You also get assistance from one another throughout that journey, okay? Is also something that's coming for a very vibrant, happy relationship, honestly. Even when you guys argue, it's almost like you wonder if you argued or did you just have an intense conversation? Because you ended up finding a solution almost right away. It wasn't like a prolonged argument, or it wasn't like a prolonged situation like that. Like it's... very much vibrant energy that I'm getting throughout this, and very much leader-oriented energy, and very equal give and take. One person could not make as much money as the other person, but it ends up balancing out anyway, and you guys may not even end up even talking about finances. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. It's going to be that stable or that secure or that trusting in each other with that. And I feel like both of you guys are really wise with that as well, okay? The Sun card is also really happy, very vibrant. You guys may end up having children. I'm getting 3 in particular for this pile, okay? 2 girls and 1 boy is also something that I'm picking up really strongly for this pile. With the Sun card energy, it's really strongly oriented around Leo energy, okay? This is very vibrant, very happy-go-lucky. To have a Leo child is to be blessed, okay? That's how I see it. To have a Leo child is to be very blessed because they're very happy. They're very creative. They're very outgoing. And then at times they can be very shy. until they know their environment and they know their kind of like energy and stuff like that, and then they'll just dance in the road or dance in the freaking rain or just, and you're just like, this is the kid who's on a tree looking out and pretending to be the king of the jungle, like that kind of energy. Like Leo energy is really strong, okay, and it's really vibrant, and they'll always keep you optimistic and going, like even when you're having a hard day. I don't know, I'm just getting that energy, okay. This person could be really into reading books, okay, like fantasy books or fantasy novels, or into fantasy movies. This person likes that type of like lifestyle. They like to think that there's something more than what they're living in, is also something that's going for. So they don't just think that there's just Earth. Like this is somebody who would believe in like aliens or like conspiracy theories or like you know, like things like that. This is also somebody who's pretty fun with those conversations too. So it's not like them trying to convince you of their point of view. It's just almost like just a conversation. You're like, oh, okay, just trying to understand the person versus trying to rework their mindset or rework their thoughts to mirror yours. Okay, so I don't feel like it's like a manipulative connection. I feel like this is very free loving, free going. This person, I don't know, I'm getting small shop energy and someone who sells trinkets, and I'm getting Sally from Practical Magic. So this could even be somebody who works at like a small shop or something like that. Or this could be somebody who ends up owning like a little gift store, or owning like a little like a spiritual store, or owning like a little, you know, something. And it could even be like you know, bakery, or it could even be like anything that's like small and intricate and like farmers market kind of like energy. This person's really big into like the community and like getting people together. Like this person really likes that, okay, for this pile. But let's get into your actions speak louder to see more into this relationship and connection. As far as like physical characteristics, I had told you already I'm getting lighter hair. I was getting same-sex relationship. It doesn't have to be, because honestly, energetically, it's probably the same-sex relationship, okay? But anyway, so with this energy, that's the way it's showing up. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that, oh my God, this goes into a really deeper conversation that a lot of people are really not ready for unless you do it, unless you see it, and unless you correlate with it. A lot of people are not ready for this conversation, but it's being brought up. We're not going to be really ready to settle this for another 5 to 7 years, okay? Before things start to really set in. But anyway, so let's go into your actions speak louder. All right, so a lot of times you're gonna have conversations with people who are a little bit too normal, okay? But let's get into actions speak louder. You and this person have like funky kind of energy. It's almost like you guys are like an alien relationship in a way, okay? Like that kind of vibe. It's like two starseeds met together and just started procreating. Dear Stu, I am booking a flight to see you. You could also meet this person at a distance. This person could be a distance from you. I don't want to be without you. I just hope you will be happy when I surprise you. Are you missing me too? And thought them. And this is like almost the complete opposite energy to Pound in a way. Okay? Even though it could be correlated, it's almost the complete opposite. The reason why I'm saying this is that this person that you're going to end up with is going to make sure their family and you is like a main priority. Like they don't give a fuck what their boss needs. Like they'll give it to them 9 to 5 as like the time frame that's scheduled. But if you got something scheduled at 7:30 and they're like, can you stay an extra hour or whatever, they're like, well, I can stay 30 minutes and I can work the rest from home, but I have a prior engagements planned. Oh, okay, well I guess you're not for this promotion. Oh, well, you know what, Rick's a great guy, I'll see you Monday. Like that kind of energy. It's almost like this person still understands their value and understands that careers can be constantly changing or whatever, but somebody to walk into eternity with is like a deep deal for them. Okay, so getting into the next one, you have dearest desire. I'm going to whisper something sweet to you soon. When I look, oh my God, when I look in your eyes, I feel naked. I can't help but to see the beauty in you, and thought them. All right, so with this energy that's coming forth, this is also somebody who sees themselves within inside of you. All the beautiful attributes that they see in themselves, they honestly, this person might have some backing in psychology or something, because they feel like it's the different attributes that they don't notice within inside of themselves. And most of the time it's like that. When you notice something really amazing on somebody else, you fail to yet to recognize that amazingness within inside of yourself. You're like, damn, that girl got an ass. And it might not be the biggest one for you, but it may be bigger for like other people, you know what I mean? Or it might be like that for other people and you're not even noticing that. Or like you could be like, damn, that girl has beautiful eyes, and like you look like to yourself in the mirror and you're like, damn, I wish I had the blue eyes or whatever, but it's the similar shape, or it's like the similar like vibrancy or like boldness or something of that nature. Okay, so it's almost like you look at those attributes and you think that you are lacking, but you actually have those attributes. But anyway, It's a psychology thing. So the next one you have is Dearest Crush. I have tickets to a major event. I would like for you to come with me. You are such a blast to be around. I would miss you if you didn't come. Like, they get excited when they have like a company event or something where they can have a +1 because they're like, oh my God, I get to introduce my person to everybody else. Like, they don't even know. They don't even know. Like, that kind of energy. I don't know, maybe that energy. They use you to show off a little bit, but they also use you to kind of like explain who they really are on the inside. And it's almost like you do it better than anybody else is also something that I'm getting. This person loves to have you with them, like on events or like different things that they do. I really like this pile. Yeah, I like this pile a lot. But let's get into Love Renewed, okay? This is different. So let's get into Love Renewed, and let's see. Karmic partner, look at that. So you guys may end up marrying your karmic partner to the point where you've already dealt with so much of this karma on your own that you're just honestly helping them work through these things that are karmic for them. And you're still getting the residuals of it a little bit is also something I'm getting, but it's almost like you love this person so much and this person also loves you a lot. Now the next one, this is the only pile that I said that in actually. So with the text message, can I come and see you? They hope to come over. They want a quick response. They crave you. They miss you. This is also somebody who would like if you could work with them, 100% they would love it. This is somebody who doesn't necessarily want space in the relationship. They feel like they got married to fill in that space in the relationship, like that kind of energy. This is also somebody who will like be like, you know what, I have like an hour lunch and I'm not trying to eat around these people. I know it's gonna take me 20 minutes to get home, but just to eat for 10 minutes with you and then leave is like worldwide to me. Like that kind of energy for pile number 3s, okay? Now the next one that you're getting is Dearest You. After having sex with you, no one else compares. I keep envisioning you even if I don't intend to. I think about fucking you all of the time. It's like you could be like years with this person. And this person still has that immense fire, chemistry towards you. This person will be in the fucking meeting and they're 50 shades of graying it. You know what I mean? So like where they're sending you the messages on the side and stuff like this person could honestly, their energy does resemble that. Like does resemble like 50 Shades of Grey energy. I don't feel like it's to that extent where like, oh my God, they're a billionaire, they're freaking amazing. It could be, totally possibility. But what I'm saying is that that person's energy of like being in the meeting and just like texting on the side, like, no, you're not, da 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 da. It makes me want to freaking pull up that video. I may do it, but I don't think I have time because I gotta be live streaming at 1. Let's get into it, okay? So, Dearest You, out of all the places, I never expected you here. Even after, you know, if you're a fan of mine or a subscriber of mine, then you probably have seen 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, so let's get into the next one. You have Dearest You. Out of all places, I never expected to see you here. Even after all this time, I still get starstruck. Why are you always the most beautiful in the room? This person feels like you are always doing something different. Even if your hair color stays the same and your haircut stays the same, and you like this person feels like you're always evolving. Like the little things that you think that they wouldn't notice, they notice almost immediately. Like maybe like your eyebrows are getting done or like your nails, they would notice, but they don't bring it up until you bring it up. Like that kind of energy, okay? Now getting into the next one, you have Dearest You. Did you mean it when you said you don't love me anymore? I'm still in love with you. Let's work this out. So it's not going to be all freaking rainbows. Both of you guys may end up getting into some clashes and things like that. But like I said, there's going to be this person's going to want to work this out with you. Okay? This person's going to want to work everything out for you, with you, okay? Now you're also getting yes, they are your soulmate. It is not forever. So this person could be older than you, okay? And there's like a little bit of a contender with that. Now when the person's older than you, just like my grandmother, she's a widow now, okay? And she was, I think, 17 years younger than my grandfather, okay? And you're probably like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. But listen, so 17 years younger than my grandfather. They met when they were adults, and my grandmother already had kids. And like, she didn't let him in the house for 30 days. That's what she told me. She didn't let him in the house for 30 days. Like, even just to say hi or even for a cup of coffee. They would have conversations like on the patio. They would like meet outdoors. They would meet anywhere else. She didn't really encompass them in like her children's life and stuff like that for a while. So I don't know how my mom came out the way she did. But anyway, so with this energy coming forth, yes, they are your soulmate. It is not forever. This could be this person passing before you do, okay? Of course, I do not predict death. I don't even stand on that territory for that, okay? I feel like that is not where my place is, okay? I have a really strong, like, boundary in regards to that. Other psychics, they don't feel that way. I do, okay? So with this energy, I feel like this person may pass before you, okay? But you're going to have like a really fulfilling life with this person to like, some of you guys may even be spiritual to like where you will feel like they're still very much present with you even when they're gone. Sorry guys, I have roommates and they're hanging out up front, so that's what you're hearing there, okay? But, and that wasn't me laughing at the situation or anything like that, okay? But with this energy, this is very much kind of like maybe this person ends up passing before you and you end up kind of like still feeling like they're there with you. You might even feel like you hear their laugh, or you'll hear like something they used to say, or like things like that. And it's giving me Mirror by Justin Timberlake energy. That whole music video is something that I'm getting right now. So definitely look that up for some more added insight. But let's get in to see if you're going to be happy, okay? I know you're probably like, damn, I know, right? But let's get into it and let's see. The Moon card. All right, so you've got Cancerian, Pisces, and Scorpio energy. So you're going to feel like your person's hiding things from you at times with the Moon card. Whenever they like self-isolate and stuff like that. Damn, you guys are soulmates. Definitely soulmates. Yeah, you're receiving the Sun and the Moon card. Right when you sense like this person's hiding something, all of a sudden you get clarity of what it really was or what it really is. This person will end up opening up to you about it. This goes back into having a child with this person again. The Sun card is coming up in this pile. All right, Leo energy is pretty dominant throughout this, okay? With the Eight of Cups energy coming up in the reverse, so this person has a tendency to kind of like dip off or separate whenever they really just need to like process things. And it's going to irritate you because you're just going to want to work it out right then and there and stuff like that. But you're going to end up having an internal shift. So this, back to like what I was saying about you receiving the residuals of the karmic energy, this is what I mean by that. So things that you've already shifted on the outside of you, it's like the opposite. Usually you have to shift the inside in order to shift the outside. It's almost like you shifted the outside. Now you have to shift what the outside is doing to match your inside of how you really feel. What example can I give of this? So this could be kind of like, damn. It's like showing up to work and you being like, damn, all right, you're just doing everything routine and everybody thinks that you're happy there. But on the inside, you're like, I fucking hate this shit. I can't believe I got to do this again. Oh, you're asking this again. Oh, you're doing this again. Or you're doing that again. But on the outside, you're like, oh yeah, this is great. And it matches how you genuinely want to feel. Like you genuinely want to feel happy about your job. You genuinely want to feel like you love your person. Like that kind of energy. It's almost like you have internal shifts a lot within this connection. And this is why you were destined to be with this person in general. But let's get into it, the continuation. I feel like the both of you guys aren't going to really have boundaries with each other. Okay, he's going to have, like, this is somebody who's going to pee with like the door wide open. Okay, it's like pet peeve of mine. So like the pee with somebody with like pees with like the door wide open. I believe that I believe in private space. So like when I'm privately getting ready, or when I'm like, if you see me getting ready, I don't want to be bothered. Do you understand? Or like I automatically feel like you're invading my space if I'm getting ready. Like I should have that time to be in front of my vanity and just deal with my own thoughts and all this stuff that kind of like guys have, like deserve their own time to like, you know, go to the barbershop and do all that shit. I feel like women should as well. That's how I feel about it, okay? It keeps kind of like the secrecy and mystery alive a little bit. But anyway, so with the Seven of Wands energy coming forth in the reversal, I do feel like this is about you not really having boundaries with your person, but it's going to work for you guys. This could even be like this person, maybe you're telling them, this person's going to ignore you on purpose, okay? Especially when they know that you're not going to respect the boundary of being like, hey, I'm at work right now. That this is somebody who's going to send you like relentless messages or whatever, being like, oh, well, I should be a part, you should message me first. Like, bitch, do you pay this rent? Like, do you pay this bill? Like, then this comes first. You know, like that kind of energy. So with the Four of, but I feel like they're going to feel that way. So they're going to feel kind of like, I have to focus on this. I have to do this, or I got to do this. And you're going to be messaging them and kind of like hoping that they're going to be just as free as they were on the weekend, or just as free as whatever. And just, you're not going to feel that energy shift. And this person's going to ignore you on purpose because they feel like, I'm going to see her anyway tonight. Or like, I'm going to see this person anyway at this, and this. I already have a scheduled time frame for that. I have to focus on this. If not, everything becomes scattered. Everything becomes like this. So this person's going to kind of ignore you from time to time, okay? As I say that, I receive a message from someone. So I do feel like you guys, so like I said, when you're working on stuff, when you're doing stuff, you're going to be kind of like, they're going to be expecting you to give them a response, okay? And I do feel like this person does love you a lot, though. It's not like they're trying to avoid you out of like malicious intent and stuff like that. They just honestly have to focus on what they're focusing on. Like to like where if they were to message you or whatever, it would get them sidetracked and they wouldn't be as focused in tunnel vision. A lot about tunnel vision. And the King of Cups energy is somebody who's also very expressive of their emotions, okay? And it's going to be different. It's a little bit different. So it could be like an expressive by what they do for you, but they're very big on like love languages and demonstrating their love languages a lot. It could be like gifting, words of affirmation, quality time is like really big for water signs, okay? They want to spend time with their partner. If they don't spend time with you, they're gonna feel like, why am I even in a relationship in the first place? Like I'm feeling the exact same way that I felt when I was single. Like I should be, you know, like that kind of energy. But with the King of Cups energy coming forth, and then you're also getting the Page of Swords, this person's also gonna be very fun and quick-witted. This person might also create things like small things and things of that nature with the Page of Swords energy coming forth. This person, you might also be a little bit defensive over this person being a little bit too much lovey towards you. I think I was talking about my grandfather. He's a Cancerian. My father's grandfather's a water sign. My grandmother's a Pisces. So their relationship was just very unique and very funny, okay? But at the same time, with the Page of Swords energy, she always had a comeback. You understand? Like my grandma always had a comeback. There was never like a moment to like where she was like never like starstruck, like absent of words. My grandmother always had a very strategic, very intelligent comeback to the point where you would think she's an air sign, but no, she just has Virgo moon, so that's where that comes from. You know what I mean? So with the Page of Swords energy coming forth, this is really sharp communication, direct communication. Like, oh yeah, well this and this, and it's gonna be this playful kind of like banter with both of you guys. So whenever you guys end up having like arguments or like whatever, it ends up happening in like a different way. It's also something that's coming forth. So this is actually a really favorable relationship. I honestly would love to see your wedding pictures for this one, okay? I think that it would be really fun. I'm getting like a really creative wedding is also something that I'm getting. Sorry, I just had to message somebody back. But with this energy, this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, all right? So this person's also gonna be very fun, very quick-witted, might have a very youthful spirit, might say things a little bit immaturely at times. You're like, what the fuck do you mean by that? What do you mean? Oh, well, you know, I was just thinking. Like that kind of energy, okay? But this person's also gonna be very open with you of their subconscious, okay? Of things that they have suppressed for some time. And it's almost like you're gonna help them see the happiness and also like the optimism and like the bad things that they went through as well. You're gonna give them a lot of strength and they're gonna give you that as well. So you feel like you're gonna love them a lot. You're also gonna enjoy this relationship. You're gonna feel like it's very much destined, okay? But that is what I'm receiving for this pile. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and hop on live stream and then I'm gonna edit this video, upload it so it can be to you guys before my next live stream at 10:30 tonight, okay guys? But I hope that you enjoyed this, and until next time, bye for now.